So a teacher will not give a question which is not aligned with the object, or nor is it not aligned with the method. Or of course, nor aligned with the method. So of course, this is not the relationship of the objective and the question. As you can see, there's an arrow here. So it's always related to the objective or aligned to the objective. So and just in comparison that one. Next, there are three types of questioning. One is probing, focusing, and prompting. So let's go to the different steps. So let's go basically one by one. Okay, let's start with the probing questioning. Probing questions are in essence follow-up questions that ask additional information. Like for example, the class is setting to already give an answer, but then the teacher wanted, why? Why did you say that? What made you say that? Or what are the reasons of this? So, request the person to expand on what she has said, or ask the person to go deeper. So, using probing questions may be helpful in increasing understanding, since most people need to be encouraged to go beyond what is said and help someone understand deeper feelings. So, we have here also that probing questions are guided and chosen based on what the other person has said. Of course, that question is only based on the answer of that person. Okay? So this is the follow-up question. So what's your answer? That would be the basis of the question. Sure. Okay. So here are parts of the probing questions. It may be a classification for the purpose, relevance, completeness, and accuracy, repetition, examples, extension, evaluation, and emotional. So I will give you an example. So what is your basis of saying that? Okay, that's an example. Can you clarify your statement? Another, how did you relate this to that? Or why did you use the term that? Can we expound your first example? So of course, these are already secondary questions because you already gave it an answer. But then, the teacher asked a follow-up question. So, these are secondary questions. Let's move to the focusing questions. That is, what is focusing question? It is a question that clearly specifies a problem or issue that common class should be how to solve. And then, use to determine the student what has learned. To motivate and arouse students strength that understanding during or as a boost of the session. For example, in the session. At the end of the session, I will try to ask you, what have you learned? Or how do you differentiate a probing question from a focusing question? Okay, so we have a certain class, we have a certain level, and we are focusing those questions in basic levels. So that's focusing questions. So it's not how to discern the questions. We'll just pick it from there, or you will like the probing that you are trying to ask the students what they think. So this part is based on their level that you have discussed, and then focus on that. Okay? So, number one focus question is therefore make learner focus on the topic at hand. They are open questions means that they do not have clear answers and they are trying to make their learner stay. Of course, maybe what type of questions really encourage your students to think. Okay. Examples of which are how does the teacher portray the good and the bad? Okay, this one the focus on this. This one, the intentional brain part affect for I think the focus of this is more of science. Okay, so after the discussion of science subject regarding the effects of deforestation, also you can ask this one. After, how do we express that to our culture? This is social science. So after the social science class regarding our culture, you may ask your perspective. Okay. So let's go to the third one, the prompting question. So what's the prompting question? Type of question is the teacher gives in or clues to aid the student in answering what is asked. Then speaks incorrectly with the initial response to rewording the original question and clues to actually ask already gave an example of this, like for example when he asked, he gave an example of now, then the point that is an answer a goal. What made you say that goal is now? And you go back to the example, I use the definition of one is now, and the back. So that is an example of a prompting question. The teacher will, the student gives the answer, but then if he thinks that the answer is wrong or not correct, the teacher will guide the student towards the correct answer. basic clarifications. So we only have 3 proving from D. And that's it. Like for example, as I said, then you give me an example of a noun, the boy answer. Go. And then what did you say is go is the noun? When you go back to the definition of what's the noun, that means that he guides me. He's guiding the student toward the correct answer. Yes, clarifications about prompting question. Probing is more on the secondary. What did you say that? When you know that, meaning makes more deeper for probing. So which means that I should answer and then if stay thoroughly, say that. So you need to prove your answer. As those will say, you discuss something and then the question will be based on your discussion. Like for example, in the example, with the inflation of rate part effect where I mean, this is more of science than this concept of determination. So before we ask this, of course, we're going to discuss about determination, and in the aspect, of course, it's focused on the
So in a nutshell, how do you draw the line between probing and focusing questioning?
Probing is more of secondary. Like for example, as I said, I'm always emphasizing secondary answers. Because you will base your answer on that probing the question. Number one, the principles, to the law, something that will make your answer more stronger. What both say is, again, just uncertainty, topic, and then you will focus yourself from there.
Prompting conversion.
Prompting is more of feeling, because the teacher will really guide you towards the correct answer. So of course, here we have also the principle here. The use of this should give students a sense of success after finding out the correct answer. Yeah.
What is prompting different from probing? And if prompting is guide or not use then our probing is follow up.
Probing is that the teacher will only ask for why is this so? Mean that. And then here, we need to take a part of that answer. And then, hindi ka niya alam din na get mo correct answer. Like for that, the teacher is zero. Like that. The answer is own explanation. More clarifications or questions? More questions? Because later I will give quiz and then we'll choose among the 3 ones. More questions? We have time.
Prompting, the use of this to give students a sense of success when they finally got to that answer. So I'm curious about what may be some obstacles that the teacher might encounter upon using this prompting questioning, and how should these obstacles be overcome?
The main obstacle that the teacher encounter here is that the student doesn't really know what are you trying to understand. So that's the main problem. Because how can you finally go line to the correct answer? The student himself doesn't know the response, but doesn't know what they're trying to ask.
Or the students probably
It may be, you can say that, maybe because the teacher does not say that, or maybe the student is occupied in the body. It's not easy problem. Thank you.